This is KGW News at noon.
We begin with breaking news at noon. Oregon Senate President Peter Courtney is taking a leave of absence in the middle of the legislative session. The stunning move was announced today. Courtney will take a 10-day medical leave. KGW's Pat Doris joins us live in the newsroom. So, Pat, what do we know so far?
Well, actually, I just got a copy of the memo that the President Courtney sent out to his colleagues. He says that under the advice of his doctors, he'll be taking this 10-day leave of absence from his powerful job as the Senate President. This is a major announcement coming from the Senate President in the major part of the legislative term. He's a legendary figure in Oregon politics. Courtney's been Senate President since 2003. That's longer than any other person in Oregon history. But the last few years have been challenging for Courtney, and criticism against him has really heated up in the last few months as we learn more about sexual harassment accusations in the Capitol. Courtney has not been accused of harassment himself, but several victims have said he failed to properly protect them and allowed a culture to continue in the Capitol that tolerated sexual harassment. Some of those accusations came in a report from the State Bureau of Labor and Industries, which accused Courtney and other legislative leaders of allowing a toxic culture in the Capitol. Courtney himself recently said that he expects a settlement from the report to be announced any day now. Courtney is also being sued by two former interns who said that Courtney and others failed to protect them from sexual harassment by another senator. Courtney did not address any of those accusations in today's announcement about the medical leave. He ended by saying he looks forward to returning to the Senate in full health. I'm going to Salem right now. As soon as I'm done here, we'll have much more tonight on KGW News. Back to you.
Pat, thank you. And of course, we will continue to follow this story throughout the day, both on the air but also online. You can go to the KGW News app or KGW.com for the latest. Now we go to a warning at Portland State University. Someone has been recording people in campus bathrooms. We first told you about the story yesterday, and since then, some students are concerned about why it took so long for PSU to inform them. KGW's Tim Gordon is following this story today. So, Tim, the alert that PSU sent out was only on the campus police website.
Yeah, that's right, and it just went out yesterday for several incidents that go back more than a month. And some students, as you say, wonder why so late and why they didn't get an email alert directly to their emails. I'm going to give you the PSU response in just a minute. But first, here's what's been happening here on campus. It started on January 26th. A student reported a man used his cell phone to videotape them in a bathroom on the 4th floor of the student union. Since then, 3 other similar incidents in bathrooms on campus, with a guy using a phone camera under or over the bathroom stall partitions or peering through the side.
That's really bad. Oh my God. Okay. Oh God.
This PSU student out walking her dog hadn't heard about the invasion of privacy. It really bothers her.
Luckily, I live pretty much on campus, so I'm lucky I can not use the bathrooms, but I should be able to use the bathrooms and feel safe.
In another case, a student reported a man recording them with their phone as they walked through Kramer Hall. It's unclear if they're connected. The bathroom camera cases are what have students most concerned.
I guess I feel like we should have to use our IDs to get into the bathrooms. I feel like, because that way, if people are in there, they know who's been in there, so then they can have an idea of who's been doing it.
It's very scary. It was scary when I saw it on TV. It was Portland State University. I was like, oh my gosh, I go to those bathrooms sometimes. So it's kind of like an awareness piece too, but it's very scary.
Now back to the type and timing of the alert. PSU just put out a statement that doesn't address that. It does say in part that, quote, the safety and well-being and privacy of PSU students, faculty, and staff are our top priority. It goes on to say that in light of these reports, they have increased public safety presence in the areas where these incidents have been reported. Ashley, back to you.
Okay, Tim, thank you very much. It is 12:03 now. A Colorado man is in jail for allegedly trying to lure a 14-year-old Beaverton girl. Police arrested 46-year-old Jason Surprise at his home in Fort Collins. The investigation started in January. Officers say the girl's parents reported inappropriate online conversations between their daughter and Surprise. Records show that Surprise was a registered sex offender. He is now indicted on multiple charges. Two Adidas executives and a sports agent are heading to prison. They were involved in a pay-to-play college basketball recruiting scandal. Jim Gatto is one of the executives at Adidas. He lives in the area and worked at the headquarters in Portland. A judge sentenced him today to 9 months in prison. The other Adidas executive, Christian Dawkins, and sports agent Merle Code got 6 months each. Prosecutors say the three used Adidas money to convince recruits to go to Adidas-sponsored schools. Now to a mysterious story in Washington. Sheriff's deputies are trying to figure out how this vehicle wound up in the Cowlitz River. You can see the car is submerged there from these aerial photos. A boater spotted the car on Sunday about 4 miles north of Castle Rock and then called 911. Nobody was inside. Deputies say the registered owner of the car had recently sold it. We are getting a new look at the aftermath of last week's snowstorm in Douglas County, Oregon. Take a look at this. This is a picture of Sutherland High School's gym. Crews are repairing leaks in the roof caused by snow melt. And this is what the gym looked like just last week. Heavy snow caused a support beam to collapse. Crews are also working on repairing the roof. Right now, the gym is off limits to students and staff. It is 12:05 now on your Tuesday afternoon. You're looking live from our Wells Fargo Skycam. You can see Mount St. Helens there in the background. It's a little blue sky out there, but it's a cold afternoon. Let's check in with meteorologist Rod Hill.
Crazy how cold March can be with the sun out, right?
Yeah.
But remember this morning, we had temperatures around 20 degrees in several spots, including Hillsboro and also up north into Battleground. I do want to point out that we are tracking clouds to our south, some rain and actually a mix in some spots down around the hills of Medford. These clouds will be moving northward and eventually later today overtake our skies, but we will stay dry. Here's the same blue sky over Astoria from the Astoria column camera that we have in Portland. Starting to warm up actually, 44 degrees there along the north coast, and with the sun we're at 40 now in downtown Portland, and I think we have a chance to get as warm as 46. Here are the thicker clouds coming in this evening, 39 at 8 p.m. We are still tracking, have you heard, the chance of more snow in the area late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Now, our Futurecast models have been back and forth in terms of rain or snow. Here we are midnight tonight. Not much moisture yet. Here's some moisture coming in. This will be a mix of snow showers in blue and rain in green at 7:30 a.m. with some temperatures like downtown Portland probably struggling to be below 32. But we're right on the fence. We'll talk more about tomorrow's forecast coming up shortly.
Okay, Rod, thank you very much. After weighing his options for months, Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley announced he is not running for president in 2020. In a video posted this morning, he says he will run, though, for re-election in the Senate.
I believe that there are Democrats now in the presidential race who are speaking to the importance of tackling the big challenges we face.
Senator Merkley adds he hopes to be a full partner in addressing those challenges. Well, Washington Governor Jay Inslee has raised more than $1 million since kicking off his 2020 presidential campaign. Governor Inslee disclosed the amount to MSNBC. The Democrat has received contributions from people in all 50 states. He announced his presidential bid last Friday, and if elected, he has promised to make fighting climate change his top priority. Governor Inslee is one of 14 Democrats running for the 2020 Democratic bid. Former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper announced his candidacy yesterday. We also know of one prominent Democrat who will not be seeking the nomination. Hillary Clinton told the New York City news station yesterday that she will not take another run at the White House in 2020. However, she says she will continue to speak up and stand up for what she believes in. Well, some Republicans are turning against President Trump's national emergency declaration to fund a border wall. NBC's Tracy Potts reports from Washington.
Together last year, and I said, I'm inviting you back.
We could see President Trump's first veto this week, defending him declaring an emergency to use money from the military to build a wall at the border with Mexico.
Argued, obviously without success, to the president that he not take this route.
With help from 4 Republicans, the Senate is poised to reject the president's plan. They like the wall. They don't like him going around Congress to pay for it.
It isn't about President Trump. It's about the division of power for me.
Congress does not appear to have the votes to override a veto. Meantime, the House Judiciary Committee, led by Democrats, is ramping up its investigation, seeking documents from 81 Trump associates, including son Donald Trump Jr. and son-in-law Jared Kushner.
We have to investigate and hold hearings and lay out for the American people if the administration is involved in abuses of power or obstruction of justice.
Will the White House cooperate?
I cooperate all the time with everybody. And you know the beautiful thing? No collusion. It's all a hoax.
Investigate? Yes. Impeachment? Not yet.
The last thing we need to do is to make Trump a martyr.
They're seeking information on his family, his business, and possible ties to Russia. Some of those contacted have said they will not cooperate without a subpoena. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
A group of Girl Scouts in Seattle are warning others to be careful after a man robbed them while they sold cookies. Nobody was hurt, but it left the Scouts and their parents really upset. One of the adults helping with the cookie stand outside a QFC says that a man approached them multiple times throughout the evening. As the troop was getting ready to leave for the night, the man ran up, grabbed their money, they say, and then got into a car and took off.
It was freezing. That's what I like, I'm just like, oh, steals from super cold little Girl Scouts, But I was trying to look on the bright side, and I thought, well, at least they'd earned their urban living badge.
Oh, that's just awful. The guy took around $600. However, the troop will not be on the hook for those lost sales. Since the robbery, there's just been an outpouring of support and donations. Some good news to come of that.